What's up all you gamers? If you want to know what my take is on the new closed beta of Rogue Company, or if in fact you just want to know what it's all about, then stay tuned. That's coming up next.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Whee.
Welcome back all you guys and girls. Right, the main reason that I'm actually bringing this review out is because I did a Twitter poll recently, a couple of days ago, and basically put on it, would you like to see me cover content on my channel for Rogue Company? Would you not like to see me cover content on Rogue Company? Or for the third option, what is Rogue Company? Overwhelmingly, nobody had a clue what Rogue Company was.
Huh?
So this game has kind of flown a little bit under the radar, and to be perfectly honest, even with myself, I didn't realise that it was actually out to purchase and play the closed beta at the moment. I thought we were still waiting for it to hit the shelves. So what is Rogue Company? So the game is a multiplayer team-based shooter game, and it's kind of in the vein of Valorant, and it's brought to you by Hi-Rez Studios, which is probably most well known for games such as Smite. Obviously this is a completely different type of game to that, but it is still a competitive game. So like I was saying earlier, the game's in its closed beta stage, but it can actually be played at the moment, and how you would do that is you purchase one of 3 packs. So you can either purchase the Starters Founders Pack, the Standards Founders Pack, or Standard Founders Pack, or the Ultimate Founders Pack, and that's at $11.99, $24.99 or $49.99 in pounds respectively. Each one kind of gives you a little bit more, and basically the most thing that you get for your buck is the rogues. So the last one ultimately unlocks them all, and you'll get extra weapon skins and skins for your character, and I think you get a little bit of in-game currency in a few of them as well. Now the starter one actually unlocks 2 rogues and a few kind of cosmetic items. I found this was the perfect amount, and for $11.99 it's not going to break the bank. So especially when this game is actually going to be free to play further down the line, further on in the year. They haven't set a date in stone yet, but I believe it'll be before Christmas, end of this year type of thing, and if you didn't want to pay for it, you'd just wait for the free version to come out. But obviously if you did want to play it early, then I think $11.99 is not too bad at all. I'm not sure ultimately if I would pay $49.99 for a game that I know is going to become free to play, but obviously have a little look at some of the gameplay in the background and maybe delve into a little bit yourself, have a little look through some videos and such and see what you think. Now the game itself is really nice, and I love the character design in it. All of whom have their own kind of loadout, skills and certain guns that they can use, and it seems like a game that you could really just pick up and play at any time. One of the main things I found as well, it doesn't quite seem as stressful as some of the other online games out there, where it's obviously as competitive as can be, but that may just well be because there's not as many playing that are pro players as such at the moment. As I said before, you can kind of create your character, not create, but you can kind of customize your character how you like them, and just kind of put a loadout how you really like and enjoy to play, but obviously you will still be set within the boundaries of the game, i.e. if they can only use certain gun types. One nice feature is the fact that as you're playing and gathering kills and doing objectives as such, you're earning money, and that money goes towards whether you want to buy, say, additional perks for your character or upgrade the weapon. And another good thing is the fact that you don't actually lose that throughout the game. So obviously if you went to another match, then it's completely gone, but during that match whatever you actually purchase stays with you. So it doesn't feel like it's quite as harsh as some games where you feel like you've got a handgun and somebody else has already killed 5 or 6 people and you're getting massacred. You will always kind of be in with a little bit of a fighting chance. One really nice thing that I found was the intro when you're going into a matchup. It kind of zooms into your character, shows the gamer tag, and you're kind of walking towards the screen getting ready for battle. It's really good, it shows you your whole team, and I really thought this was a good thing to implement in the game. As of the moment, the game is crossplay, and I believe it's PC, Xbox and PlayStation. Now I don't know if you'll be able to turn that function off later on, but as far as I'm aware at the moment you can't. So love it or hate it, it is crossplay compatible. As I said earlier, the game is in its closed beta at the moment, but ultimately when I played it I actually found that there wasn't many issues at all. Usually when you play a closed beta game you find a lot of bugs, a lot of things going wrong, falling through the map, the game restarting, kicking you back to the dashboard. I didn't really have that with this. Now I've only played it for 3 days, so I'm not entirely sure if it does do any of those things, but I found it to be very clean and I thought it was actually really well made for up until the point it's been made, if you know what I mean. Obviously they've got a few things to work on, but it does seem like they're heading in the right direction. Now currently there are only 2 game modes in it, and that's a control mode and a plant the bomb mode. So obviously they'll be implemented more when it's fully developed and when they're bringing it out properly further on, like I said, before Christmas. But at the moment there's only those 2 types of modes, but obviously they will be adding more upon its future release. Now design wise, like I said earlier, the characters seem really good and I really enjoyed playing as them. They've all got their very unique talents and you'll kind of learn to love or hate each one respectively depending on what type of playstyle you like. What I did find, the maps were nice, but a couple felt a little bit bland and could have done with a bit more detail. Also it takes a little while to adapt to it. Where I've been covering a lot of the Division at the moment, I'm so used to snapping into cover that it is unbelievable. And obviously it being a third person game, it's a mechanic that you're quite used to, aka Gears of War type of thing. With this it's more about dodging in between cover or using kind of like the crouch or duck motion to not get shot. So it's something that does take a little bit of time to get used to, but once you are, it still seems quite fluid. The gameplay itself is really nice. You can notice a little bit of auto assist or auto aim, so make sure you're hitting those headshots and make sure you're firing the gun as fast as you can kind of thing. It will give you a little bit of aim assist. And it did feel at the start, I thought it was a little bit slow, but you kind of get used to it and then it evens itself out. I think it's just where you're starting off. But like I said earlier, it does seem clean. There's no major glitches that I actually found in this, no shooting underneath the map, no getting kicked to home screen. It seemed to work really fluid. So ultimately, is Rogue Gallery a game that I would recommend? I think if you're into team-based shooters, you should definitely give this a try. It's a really fun pickup, and it just doesn't seem as stressful as some of the other games out there. It seems like a really fun multiplayer game where you can kind of get into it, and if you did want to put it down, I don't think you'd be too stressed about the fact that you've just lost your last game. Obviously that might change in the future on the full release, but at the moment it's very pick up and play compatible. Obviously if you didn't want to pay the full price, which like I said the cheapest one at the moment is $11.99 in dollars, I'd imagine that's probably about $16, then you can just wait till further down the line when it becomes free. But if you did want to play it early, I would recommend this. It does seem nice. Have a little look at some of the gameplay in the background, kind of work out if it's your kind of thing, because you'll be able to tell straight off the bat. Right guys and girls, I hope that's helped some of you out and you now know what Rogue Company is, or if you already know, hopefully you're playing this now and you can drop a comment and let me know what you think of it, what your favourite character is. And if you're not subscribed to me for all things Xbox, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that bell icon. And as always, I'll see you all next day.